Hey guys, today I finally have a new video for you. This is a little bit of a different setting. I wanted to sit down, get in front of the camera, and film a quick Q&A just because I've gotten a lot of questions over the 2-ish years that I've been blogging, and although I try to keep up with them on social media and respond to emails as fast as I can and as often as I can't always get to all of them, and a lot of people have asked me the same questions, so rather than answering everyone individually, I figured that I would sit down and film a video and sort of answer everyone's questions collectively right now. Before we jump into that, I do just want to talk a little bit about what to expect from ANA's YouTube channel in 2018. It is one of my New Year's resolutions to put up more video content. As you can see, I have a whole new setup. I invested in some backdrops and some lights. I don't have the lights up right now just because I'm not where I will be come the new year. I'm at home right now for the break, so I didn't want to set up everything here just because it's a little bit of a hassle to set up and take down. But I do have the backdrop up. It's obviously crinkled. I did not iron it or anything, but hopefully it works. If you have any requests or recommendations for videos that I should do come the new year, whether they're sit-down videos or travel vlogs or anything that you can think of, leave a comment down below and I will be sure to film those for you. Right now we're going to get into the Q&A, so I have my phone here, which is why I'm looking down. Okay, so the first question is, what are you studying in school? So my program is called Environmental Governance. It's basically environmental studies paired with political science and a little bit of economics. How do you travel so much during school? The past 2 years while I've been in university, I have been fortunate enough to do a lot of traveling, and I've managed that through scheduling my travels around school breaks, like reading weeks, long weekends. I've also been fortunate enough to structure my course schedule so that I don't have classes on like Mondays and Fridays, so that I can leave on Thursday night and sort of have that long weekend. That's something that I've done the past 2 years, so it's not like I've just gone off gallivanting and missed a ton of school. I'm not advocating for that at all. Another big thing is to sort of plan ahead. Take a look at your syllabus and your assignments before you plan your trips at the beginning of the semester and sort of see which weeks you have a little bit more time and try to get ahead on certain projects so that if you do have to miss a class or two, you're already caught up on assignments and you're already caught up on the readings and the materials. And that's sort of the biggest thing that I've tried to do, is always stay ahead of the syllabus and ahead of your readings and on top of your assignments, because if you go away and tell yourself you're going to get caught up when you get back, you won't. So it's really a priority of mine to make sure that school is still put first and that I'm on top of those assignments and those readings before I leave. I need to make these answers shorter. What do you want to do after you graduate? I don't know. So yeah, it's just sort of dawned on to me that I'm graduating very soon, becoming very real. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do when I graduate. I know I want to go somewhere warm. I love Canada. I live in the greatest country in the world, but it is so cold here and I can't handle it. I also don't live near an ocean, which is a little bit essential for what I want to do. But I do want to do continued work in ocean policy and marine policy, and continue with digital storytelling and especially environmental communication, translating environmental issues into digital media like video and blog posts and photography. And so I really want to move somewhere warm where I can maybe do that a little bit more often, and of course be in the water a little bit more. What is your #1 bucket list destination? This is tough. This was Australia for the longest time, and Australia is definitely still up there. I'm dying to go to Australia. I have a lot of friends down there and I want to go so bad, and I think I've been saying that I'm going to go to Australia for like 3 years now, and it's just so hard to find the time to go. It is about a 24-hour flight from where I am to Australia, so I want to go for like a month, 3 weeks, so it's just hard to carve out 3 weeks in my schedule and also find money to go somewhere for 3 weeks. But right now, my #1 bucket list destination is South Africa. I really want to go to South Africa. I want to go on a safari. I want to experience the wildlife and nature in South Africa. I want to go swimming with great white sharks, and they have the sardine run down in South Africa. It still might be a possibility this summer, but we'll see. How old are you? I'm 21. I turned 22 in January. Why did you start a blog? How did you get started, and do you have any advice? I'm actually working on a post right now about how to start a blog, so if that's up by the time this video is up, I'll link it down below. But I tell this story a lot. I feel like I have told this so many times, but basically, I graduated high school and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I was sort of not keen on going to university. I had just started traveling sort of the last 2 years of high school, and I'd fallen in love with it, and I really didn't want to stop traveling. So I took a year off. I did a lot of traveling to the US. I did a huge contiguous trip of Europe where I did like 15 countries, and I fell in love with Europe, and so that was sort of motivating me to not want to go to university. I already wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and that was sort of just another driving factor that, you know, I don't know what I want to do. I love traveling. Why don't I just take a year off and just spend time traveling? So I took that year off and I did a lot more traveling, especially across Canada and the US. And then the following year I decided to go to university, mostly because I was worried that if I took another year off, I would never go. So I just kind of said, I'll bite the bullet, I'll go, I'll do it. I still wasn't really keen on going to university. I was originally in kinesiology, human kinetics, so like exercise science. And basically I took that because, again, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that I liked to play sports and I liked to work out, so I was like, you know what, this will work. I got to Ottawa and I hated it. I hated the school, I hated where I was living, I hated my program, and I was just entirely unhappy. So I started the blog as sort of a way to relive happier days, I guess. I was just so frustrated with the current situation that I was in, and so the blog was sort of an escape from the reality. So it has sort of a sad story, a sad beginning to ANA, but it really became an escape for all of the problems that I was having in Ottawa. I was just really unhappy with my program, my living situation. I didn't like the school. I wasn't really getting the support that I needed. I ended up getting super sick, and I had a lot of health problems while I was there as well. And eventually all of these things made me move back home, but that's how ANA started. It started as an escape to sort of relive those fun times that I had during my year off traveling, and sort of keep that wanderlust alive while I was in this unhappy situation. I think there was more to that question. How did you get started? Any advice? So I did a lot of research on how to start the blog. I didn't go into it thinking that I was going to make money, but I knew that I could make money, if that makes sense. Like, my motivation behind it wasn't to make money, but I knew it was a possibility. So I wanted to leave those options open right away, because like I said, my dream was still to travel, and if I could eventually turn it into a business and travel the world that way, you know, that was something that I was interested in. So I did a lot of research into how to start it properly, you know, going through WordPress and self-hosting, and I read a ton of other blog posts about it, and it's incredibly time-consuming. I think that I probably researched for 2 or 3 months before I actually, you know, got started, and even still, I've been blogging for over 2 years now, and I'm still learning. So it's definitely, it's a lot to take in, and it's a learning process, but I think that it's definitely worth it. And like I said, I didn't start the blog to make money. I would still be doing it even now if I didn't make money. Keep an eye out for that post where I'm going to sort of be breaking down step by step how you can start a blog. In terms of advice for starting a blog, don't go into it thinking you're going to make money. You know, pick something that you're passionate about writing and that you'll still want to write about, even if you're the only one reading it or your mom's the only one reading it. Really pick something that you want to write about just because you love it, not because you want anything to come of it. And I think that that'll make it a lot easier, because it's easy to get discouraged if you're writing about something you're not passionate about, or, you know, if you just want to make money and you're not seeing money come in. I did not start making money off my blog until well over a year of blogging, and even still, it's not anything crazy. So don't go into it with the mindset that you're going to make money, or this is a sort of scheme to get rich quick, because it's not. There are a lot of workout questions, which I guess makes sense. ANA started as a health, fitness, travel blog, because like I said, I do work out a lot. I think I don't post as much workout stuff on social media as I used to, but that was sort of how ANA started. It wasn't sustainable travel, it was sort of health and travel. So there are a lot of workout questions here that I'll just address quickly. Favorite gym clothes, everybody knows that I'm a Gymshark. But other than that, I find a lot of really good stuff at Walmart too. I think I have a few like sports bras and tops from Walmart. How do you train while you travel? So I have a video on my channel of like a gym workout that I did. When I travel alone or when I go with Logan, my boyfriend, we usually don't stay in hotels so that we don't have access to a gym. So we usually do outdoor workouts, like we'll go for runs or we'll do like circuits. But a lot of our sort of workouts when I travel is doing like active excursions. Like when we were in Portugal, we did kayaking. When we were in Hawaii, we did a lot of hiking, and then of course we do like a lot of diving and stuff like that. So we just try to do as much like active activities as possible, and then rely on like running or sort of circuits, and then just sort of improvise, I guess. But if I do have access to a gym while I travel, then I will utilize the gym because that's handy. But usually if I'm going somewhere warm, which I usually am, I like being outside because it's not very often that you can work out outside in Canada. If you're going to stay in Canada or move somewhere else closer to the ocean, well, Canada does have places close to the ocean, but I do want to move somewhere warm for a few years of my life. Hawaii, Bahamas, Florida, I don't know. I do like want to eventually, when I have family, live in Canada. I want to raise Canadian children that will play hockey. So I would really love to live in Vancouver. I love it out west. I haven't been back in a few years and I'm dying. Can you speak any other languages? Not really. I took French all through high school and then first year of university and then never again. And then my background's Portuguese, so I understand pretty much everything, but I can only speak a little bit of it. It's something that I'm trying to learn, but we'll see. I also took a German course while I was at U Ottawa. German's a cool language. I want to learn that. What is the best and worst thing about being online? I guess the best thing is that I get to interact with people from all over the world that I wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to. I've actually met a lot of great people through the internet. I made a lot of great friends through like Twitter and stuff, and a lot of great like blogging friends. So I think that's sort of the best thing about being online, is that it connects you to people that you wouldn't otherwise have the chance to meet. And then I guess the worst thing is just, I don't know, having to deal with criticism or rude people. Would you quit school to pursue blogging full time? If you asked me this question 2 years ago when I started my blog, the answer would have been hell yeah. But now it is hell no. I think that my program complements the content that I produce on my blog. So if I were to sort of drop out of school, I would lose a huge part of what I do, and I think I would lose a lot of credibility as a writer and as a public speaker speaking on ocean conservation topics. School is something that I value very highly, and personally and for the blog, so no, I would not drop out to pursue blogging full time. What would you do career-wise if money wasn't an object? I don't know what I'm doing now, I guess. I would love to be able to just travel and dive with sharks and whales and all sorts of beautiful animals and sort of document them in their natural habitat. I would love to be on the front lines of fighting things like illegal fishing and overfishing and fish farms and pollution in the ocean, and I really am a diehard activist for these marine issues, so I would definitely just do what I'm doing and be more involved in indirect activism with these issues. Well, that is all the questions for today. I'm going to cut this video now because it is exceptionally long and I'm probably gonna have to edit out a lot of my blabbing. But I hope that this answers a lot of the questions that you guys have. I'll try to do these more regularly as more questions come up and stuff. I don't see you before the new year. Everyone have a happy holidays and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.